welcome to Titanium Taros Tarot, and today I'll be doing a how to strengthen your intuition video. Okay, so this is for anybody who watches this at any time, from anywhere, at whatnot. So this is for collective. Alright, now the way I work is that usually I get like an intuitive hit during the week, and I work on making that a little more palatable, or like a message that can fill a little bit of time, and that is what I put out. Now, these are just suggestions, okay? I am talking from my perspective, and my perspective is not everyone else's perspective, and that's why, okay, for any reading I do or anything I say, it is important to check in with your intuition to see if it is applicable. So that is why I do a video on Monday, this video on how to strengthen your intuition, so that you don't have to rely on me for your own truths. Okay, so I'm going to actually talk a bit about that today. And a reading generally is like a snapshot of the possible future that might arise if you are, if you continue doing what you're doing at this point. So if you don't like the ending of a reading, then what I would suggest is that you change what you're doing so that you can get a different result. Now, with that, I would like to give a little heads up, okay? So on Saturdays, I usually did a challenge read for elements. Now I've decided to change it up a bit. So the first Saturday weekend of the month, I'm going to do a challenge for the elements. And the second Saturday of the month, I will do a love for the elements. Then on the third Saturday of the month, I'll do a money for the elements, which is what I did last Saturday. And then on the fourth Saturday of the month, I will do a health reading for the elements, okay? Well, they're actually minis, but it's the same principle that applies. So if you guys are interested in that, check those out. Now, with that being said, let's get into this week's message, okay? Now, this week, I want to talk about you are your biggest block or hurdle, aka whatever you create in your reality. Everything stems from you. Now, I know this is not something a lot of people want to hear about, and it's completely understandable. I understand, and if you're not ready to hear this from me, well, then click off, because it's not going to get any prettier. Unfortunately, sometimes we need to hear the bad parts to really be able to go into the good, and so that is what I picked up this week from that. Okay, now the reason this week's message is mainly about someone who meant well in my life, but who said something that was really, really annoying. They talked about the fact that one of my abilities, okay, would be hindered by a physical fact that I had or had not. And it kind of ticked me off, because it did show me how, in French we'd say arriéré, which would mean so far behind they are in their thinking pattern. But it is not for me to tell that person what to think. It is for them to change it for themselves. Now, the way I take it, okay, is that yes, one of the things that I do say in all my readings and all my videos is that we all have an intuition, and it's key that we learn how to use it so that we know what is for us and what isn't. Now, I've worked with a couple of people, and mainly what I've noticed is that and this is something that I'm apostolic Christian, okay, and in my version of Christianity, the one thing that you can always depend on is what you know within yourself to be fact. Okay, what is your connection to source? What is your connection to God? No one else can tell you anything else, right? You can have a person that guides you, and that's what like priests are for, but you mainly know what is it for you. Okay, so when I heard this person say what they had to say, I noticed the fact that they were talking about the fact that someone else told them something about one of my abilities. And I was like, well, I did not tell them this, but in my mind, I'm like, well, if you are basing yourself on something someone else told you that you only believe because someone else said it, you are not necessarily in the right here. You're actually putting more importance on what someone else said than what your intuition is telling you. And that is what was like the sign for me that don't believe what they're saying, because you know very well that your intuition is on point. Well, I don't know how on point it is for everyone, but it's on point for some people, which is the important part. Now, and you see, I give readings, right? And when I give readings, it's that what I think is gonna happen. Now, this is why I also say my readings are like snapshots of the possible future that might arise if you continue doing what you're doing. So if you don't like if you don't like the ending of a reading, you can change what you're doing to get a different result. But the reason why I say that is because you know more about your situation than I do. Okay? And I tap into the collective, which means I tap into a sliver of the collective. Alright? Which means that a lot of people who watch this are gonna fall off the wayside. Or some people might have some connection to what I say, but not everything, which is completely fine. You know, it's whatever you vibe with. But now, the thing with that is that I have had visions. I've started having visions. And one of the visions that I had last week, actually while I was doing a reading, after the reading was over, I called this person, I contacted this person and I told them what I saw. And then that person was really happy because that's what you wanted to see. Then she continued what she was doing, and what was going to happen happened, which is basically what I say in my opening, which is if you don't like the outcome of a reading, then change what you're doing to get a different result. Now, I had a second vision, okay, a while back, and this is about a person who I told them, and they were kind of like, oh, this is cool, but I think that vision was more like on the long run. And so I'm getting used to my visions and what they actually mean in regards to what I should tell people about and whatnot. Now, this person has not realized the vision yet, but it's probably because it's a more long-term vision that I had. I also had a vision about myself, but that was really, really long-term, maybe like 4 to 3 years. So I'm patient. But I feel like if I stay on the course that I'm on, I'm definitely gonna have this become a reality. And that was a very good vision that I saw. Yay for me! Now, so visions, they're good, but like I say, they're like snapshots because I'm the one giving it to you, and it's not you having it. Okay, it's you decide on the pace at which it happens, is what I'm getting at. Because you are the final person who picks and chooses how you act, how you interact with life, and what actually unfolds in your reality. Now, and so it is really, really, really important for you to be able to strengthen your intuition so that you can tell what is for you and what isn't, because I cannot. I'm just getting information. I am like a receiver translator. That is all that I am. I'm like a tool. Okay? For you to really tap into that information, you really have to go from your perspective, not from mine. And it's kind of and I don't know if it's a negative part, but it's like a less favorable part of what I can do. I mean, if you're looking for an end-all be-all answer for me, I'm sorry, but your future can change with one choice that you make or another. So in reality, you have all the cards. You get to pick how your life plan that plays out. And at the end of the day, the last person you should listen to is, you should take what I say as a suggestion. All right? It's a suggestion. It's an option. If you like it, fine, then great. If not, you can pick another choice. Okay, we have what's it called? We are the masters of our own reality at the end of the day. So you can only take what we say as suggestions and work on creating what you want, not what we say, not what we speak about, what you want. Alright? So, my gorgeous collective, that is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Alright, now, click on the notification bell. Click on the notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as liking, sharing if you are called to this video, and leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all, and I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. Okay? And with that being said, my gorgeous collective, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye!